Alright, so I've been playing around with this new security tool called TFSEC, and it's been created by a company called Aqua Security. It's been around for quite a long time, but this is the first time I've used it because it's come up in work, and we currently have it running in some CI/CD pipelines. Now I thought I'd just show this off because I know a lot of people, when they're writing Terraform code, they kind of just write the code when they're first learning. They don't do many variables, and a lot of the stuff you do is all open to the public because you use public IPs, it's cheaper. But in reality, when you're actually working with full-on Terraform code, you need to make sure that it is secure. Now, just for demonstration purposes, I've got a very basic security group set up here with a provider and a main.tf file. And as you can see straight away, allowing SSH from anywhere is not ideal. Now, to install TFSEC is just a broken command line, but I'm going to show you what it kind of outputs right now. So as we can see, we have one that's passed, there's 4 potential problems detected. Now if you scroll up, then the things you want to really look out for are the critical results, because that is what is going to cause you a security nightmare. Now for example, as we would expect, it is flagged up that allowing SSH inbound from anywhere is a big no-no. The other problem is that we can go outbound to multiple public internet addresses, so anywhere pretty much. And then the further 4 results are just low, saying there's not a description. Now, in real life, in a corporate environment, if you're running pipelines, you probably would not allow your pipeline to fail for a low result. It's not particularly that important to have a description on a security group, although for audit purposes, the security department may like that. But in reality, you probably have this done anyway. This is just for example. Now let's say in your work you get a request come in that you know TFSEC is going to fail for. There is something that you can put in called a ignoring check, which will blank out those flags that come up and it will skip over them. So I'll show you how to do that. If we take a look at the documentation, you've got these things called ignoring rules, and essentially they're just comments. You put comments above where the problems are, and it will just ignore them when you run the TFSEC command. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll do the ingress from the public internet. Just to show you what you need to do, so you have line 14 here. So we're going to put our comment just above that, and you need to make sure that you note down this ID here because that's the important one. So we'll just copy that. So we're just going to put our hash in there and do TFSEC :ignore and put in our ID. Just like so. And then we will save that file. We'll clear our screen, run TFSEC again. And as you can see, we have 1 passed, 1 ignored, and 3 potential problems detected. And if you do want to scroll up, you'll be able to see that isn't there anymore. So we only have the egress when we only have the 2 rules for a description. So if you want to go ahead and get started, I recommend going over to the TFSEC GitHub and just running brew install in your command line and going through just all the documentation. Really is what I've done. There's a lot of different things you can do, a lot of different custom commands, parameters, and different checks that you can add in. And there is also some neat documentation which explains how you can add your TFSEC into your pipeline. In work at the moment with the current client I have, it's actually running on Azure DevOps. So as you can imagine, it isn't very particularly different. You know, pipelines are the same. It doesn't really matter what tool you're using, but this is quite a neat tool. So I thought I just want to share this with you guys.